Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm really excited because I'm having someone who hasn't been on the channel come over, and he's a really big part of my life, and I know that you guys have asked about him a bunch, and I don't know why, I just haven't really talked about him, but today you guys will be meeting my dad for the first time. And I think the reason that he hasn't been on the channel yet is number one, because I don't live with him, and number two, it's been super crazy and our schedules sometimes don't always line up. Josh is also here because I always need a little bit of help when filming so that I'm not dealing with the cranky babies while I'm trying to make a video. So he is here, and in return I'm making him dinner, and I feel like I have to just say something about it because I know that everybody thinks me and him are still together if he's here all the time, but no guys, we are not back together. I just want to clarify, we can definitely make an updated video on our relationship in a few months, but we are definitely still co-parenting, but we do spend a lot of time together still. We kind of have to, and he still wants to be on the channel. He likes doing YouTube with me a lot, and I like having him here a lot, and so this is kind of something that we do together, and we parent together, and those things pretty much occupy all of our days. So yeah, we still spend a lot of time with each other, but we also spend a lot of time with our own friends, so don't think that it's like too much, and we all have our schedules. He's usually out of here by 1 o'clock every day. So yeah, but he stayed late today just for help. Does this look good? Does this look good? This is the meal choice tonight, and I'm about to make that. And then my dad will be here, so I will see you guys when he gets here.
I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Yeah. Let you down.
Alright guys, so my dad is here. You want to say anything?
Hello everybody.
So, as I already said, we're going to answer some questions. And you guys sent in a lot of really good ones, of course. You guys always come up with ones that I just would not think about normally. So I'm going to kind of just read them out to you, and he's just going to answer them like super honestly. I told him, be super honest, don't just say like what you guys want to hear. So, let's see. Okay, so obviously I think you guys know probably the question that is being asked the most is, what was your initial response and reaction when you found out that I was pregnant? But I guess we should better start, like, how did I tell you?
Yeah, you called me, I believe.
Yep.
I was home, and you told me, Dad, I'm pregnant. And I thought you were kidding at first.
Yeah.
Because you were like kind of nervously laughing, because I thought it was some kind of joke.
I literally laughed so
I'm like,
bad.
Are you kidding me right now? I thought you were joking.
Yeah, I like remember calling him. I was in friendlies with my sister and Josh, and I just was like so nervous that I was like kind of laughing when I said it, and I definitely think I made it like come off a little wrong, like when I first told you.
That's alright.
But that was how I told him over the phone. So.
I'm not sure if there's a right way to do that.
Yeah, actually, there really isn't. So what was your initial like?
I remember like, what? Are you serious? You know, because, you know, we had talked about everything, and I know things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I thought about the normal kinds of things that parents think about, you know, alternatives and things like that.
Yeah.
But I remember you saying that, you know, you had sort of made a decision. Well, you had thought about it.
Yeah.
And then you had made a decision. And I remember thinking about that, and I was really proud that you had actually thought about all the different options, and I was like, wow, she's, you know, when you told me you were going to keep them and everything, I was like, wow, that's like courageous, you know, because I mean, you are a smart girl and you know what that entails. I'm sure you went through all the pros and cons.
Oh yeah.
So, but almost immediately once you decided, you know, that you wanted them in your life, that you kind of never looked back, and you never wavered from that, which was really awesome.
I forget where on the timeline I told you. Like, we didn't know it was twins yet, right?
No, we didn't know it was twins. No, not at that time.
Because I feel like in my head, like, I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't really know until I found out that it was twins. Like, 'cause I remember coming back from that appointment and being like, that's when I, like, made my decision. So I kind of forget,
that makes sense.
like...
When there's two.
Yeah, I was like, weird things happen for weird reasons, and I just, like, didn't really feel comfortable giving that up. Yeah. And that's what I've said on the channel, like, a bunch of times.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still very proud of you on how you've handled everything. And
yeah. Elizabeth_714 asked, was it hard seeing your daughter grow up so fast?
Wow, you know, I want to say no, it wasn't hard because you've always been mature for your age.
Yeah.
So, and like being firstborn and everything, you're just kind of a little bit more mature, more of a caretaker, nurture. Because that's what, you know, that's all you ever saw.
You always heard me say that I wanted kids, so you knew that, like, I always wanted to be a mom. But obviously not the soon, but, like, you knew that at some point.
But I was super impressed that, like, you know, you weren't going to quit school, and you still had college aspirations, and you know, hired a tutor to help you with things, and you had these resources, and you made all these arrangements, and I was like, wow, she's getting it done.
So, a lot of people... Let me find a good one of wording. So, Alyssa asked, was he mad at Josh? Like, I think a lot of people are wondering, like, what did you think of Josh, and, like...
Well, you know, pregnancy requires two people. But, no, I wasn't really angry at either of you. I was more, like, in that first moment, I was like, oh... Not because I was disappointed in you, but because I knew things would just be harder.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
really the big thing.
It just makes life a lot more difficult.
It just makes the thing, you know, it's more challenging.
It is.
So, but no, I wasn't mad at Josh, and I knew who Josh was, and I think he's an awesome guy, and he's super
You had
involved.
met him a decent amount before. Yeah.
If anything, I'm all for Josh. I think he's great.
Katie.kitty1999 said, are you proud of Sophie? Are you proud of how Sophie is handling life as a teen mom?
Oh, absolutely. Very proud of her. More than proud, like blown away, kind of. Like, you've really done
I like
amazing.
to say that I'm, like, still doing everything, like, that I could possibly do, even with the situation.
Considering
like
the number of minutes in a day and
Yeah.
having two children on top of it, you're getting it done.
Yes.
You know, and you know, there may be some bumps in the road.
Yeah, for sure.
Along the way, expect them. But I think you have a good network of friends and family, and
for sure.
Me and Mom and Josh, and you've got a lot of friends, more than ever now. So I think you'll be fine.
This one is, does the babies remind you of Sophie when she was little?
Yeah, actually, what's interesting is that they remind me of me. As funny as that sounds.
I have a picture I need to put on the screen right now, and we took it just so it was like a side-by-side comparison, because they look so much like him, in my opinion. Lauren Wallman said, did you want Sophie to keep the babies or not? What decision did you make?
I wanted you to be true to yourself and, like, do what you thought was right.
Yeah.
Like, if you decided that you didn't want them, I wanted to make sure that you wanted that.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want you to be pushed into anything by anybody, because that's so personal. Whatever decision you wanted to do, I was behind you.
Yep. Do you like the names that I chose?
I do. I was a little surprised because they're, like, you know, like Christian biblical names.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on that, but I had, like, Ezekiel picked out.
And I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I don't know. I just thought you'd choose, like, a more trendy name or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know where it came from, but I was like...
I think they're great. I think it fits them well.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see them, you know, even grow into their names.
I think it fits them really well now.
I think it does.
And just Luke and Zeke. I didn't think about it because when I was pregnant, I always said Ezekiel. I never said Zeke. And then now that he was born, I always said Zeke and Luke, and I realized that's like a good twin combination.
Good name. I think that's pretty good.
Like Zeke and Luke. It works. And I didn't think about it like that for so long. So... this one asks, did you ever feel like a failure of a father, even in the slightest, when finding out about the pregnancy? Like, do you feel like you, like, did something wrong? Like...
No. I thought you messed up, not me. I was just like...
Which I did say, though. I always
I'm like,
to it.
you took classes. You had all the options. You knew... We talked about this 1,000,001 times. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really feel like... I remember feeling like frustration. Yeah. I'm just like, you know. It was like that, but like... When I knew that we were dealing with real lives and people, like, you know, Zeke and Luke are like real people, they're going to be part of our lives. Yeah. I realized, you know, pretty quickly that, you know, that it's special.
Someone says that we look exactly the same. In all caps. I think we do. Everybody thinks it.
I look like my dad.
My friend.
It's my father's, that side of the family, the
yeah, and now the
physical
boys
attributes
look like you. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I see myself in them. Yeah. Flashes.
Yeah, it's really
because I've seen obviously a million pictures of myself. Yeah. We took a lot of pictures in our family, so I have a ton of baby pictures of myself.
He's a photographer.
Yeah, I do a lot of photography. So when I see them, I don't see it all the time, but every once in a while I'll see a little flash of a facial expression. Yeah. And I see myself. Yeah. And it's the most wild thing ever. Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
It is really wild. This is a good one. Do you want more grandchildren?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, as many as you guys want to give me.
Yeah, exactly. Now you already have 2 though. That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Do you mind saying your age on camera? Because I think it's cool that like...
I'm 49.
So he's 49 and has 2 grandkids. So how do you feel about being a young grandpa?
I don't feel like a grandpa.
I don't think of you as a grandpa. I don't think of you or mom as
I don't have enough gray hair. A little bit. But to feel like a grandpa, however I am. You know?
It's really weird.
And now, like, I know, I feel a little older now because
you have grandkids.
Because I have grandkids.
It just sounds like you should be older.
Most people are like, you have grandkids? Yeah. Usually they're asking about my kids. Like, oh, what grade?
Yeah, that's so true.
What grade are your kids in? Yeah. They're not thinking about grandkids. So, I'm a proud grandpa. You know. Oh yeah. I show you guys off as much as I can. She doesn't send me enough pictures though.
I know, he's so big on pictures and I'm really bad at sending them. Okay, so this is like the tea here because everyone wants to know. So how do you feel about me and Josh breaking up? Like you obviously know that we're not like together right now, but we're like co-parenting.
Well, I think
and that's the big thing on the channel that people like.
Yeah, and relationships are all very personal and very individual and unique. But what I was most happy about, not that I was happy about that, but I mean, what I was most happy about is that Josh is still involved. Yeah. I was hoping that if you guys weren't together, that he would still be around. Yeah. You know, the same amount.
He became, like, he's like a part of the family. Like, I think a lot of people on the channel think, like, now that we aren't, like, together, like, my family, like feels a certain way. He is. And, like, he's literally lived in my house for 6 months. And, like, he lived with grandma, like, literally, and grandma lived here. And just, he, like, really, like, my entire family.
Courageous.
It's hard. It's hard. And he dealt with that. And he, like, went to every single family gathering. And so my family, like, no matter what, still loves him. And, like, he's obviously a good guy, and you guys see that.
My parents love Josh.
Literally love it.
They're nuts about
No, like, they'll text me and be like, Josh is coming too, right? Like, if I go and do anything. It's so cute.
And there was a question, I think, that came through about what did I think about Josh living here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, at first, when Mom told me that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like a lot of people were going to be like, what the heck?
What? But then she said something to me and it made sense. She's like, well, yeah, you know, because they're working and then she's going to school and then they need to be here.
There's like a lot of in and out. And
a lot of coordination, you know. So I was like, that makes sense. It totally makes sense. And actually, he should be there and... if it was me, I'd probably want to be there too because I want to be around my kids and we need to help each other.
Yeah, like neither of us would have been able to make it through if like just one of us was doing all the night stuff. Like if we weren't sleeping in the same house, like one of us would always be stuck with doing the nights, and that would have been really hard. Did you want me to have boys or girls? Did I already ask this? No, I don't think I did.
I don't remember. I don't think you did.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
But I didn't care about boys or girls. I just want them to be healthy.
Me neither.
I know that sounds whatever cliche. Yeah. But I was when you were born and when Miranda was born, I was so anxious. I was like, oh my god, I just want them to be healthy. I don't want them in a wheelchair or something.
Mom told me a story how you were like, you told the doctor, like, just please tell me she has 5 fingers and 5 toes.
That's
and
right.
That's all I care about.
That's right. I just wanted you to be healthy. It didn't matter if you were a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, like...
Is there an eyelash?
Yeah, there's an eyelash. Yeah.
Isn't that freaky?
Yeah, it's freaky.
It is freaky.
So, my father actually... You should include this in the recording. My father actually asked the girls, or asked me to ask the girls, Lou, can you see if the girls can hyphenate their name so that they can keep the last name?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I remember...
And I was like, Dad, I don't know. I mean, like, that's a lot to ask, and, you know, and it's a long way away.
Yeah.
You know, he asked this years ago.
Yeah.
And then when they were having boys, and then
it's so cute that he cares though.
You
He
kept
just
the
wants to keep
family name and everything like that.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
My father was thrilled.
I remember I called him and I was so excited to tell him. I was calling them saying what their names were going to be. I was calling his parents, and I remember it was like really late, and I was like so excited to tell them when we had finally set like in stone what the names were going to be. And I was like, yeah, it's Ezekiel and Luke, and they loved that it was biblical. And then I was like, and also we're keeping their last names Gonzalez. Like, we're going to stick with my last name since you guys know that Josh isn't on the birth certificate. So, and he was so happy. I was so excited though to tell him though, like, that it was going to be Gonzalez and that was going to stay in the family, because it's weird how it works out though, because like I feel like honestly normally if things had happened in a different order and I like gotten married and then I don't know if I really would have been able to.
No, you probably would have had his last name, and the boys would have his last name.
So it's cool though now. And obviously that's never going to change. Their last name is always going to be Gonzalez.
Of course.
So they're going to pass that name down for us.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're literally... I think I was going to be the last male.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Yeah.
And then, so because of them, now the family name continues.
That's so weird, because you just had girls, and so you're probably like, oh gosh, there it goes.
I know. I always wanted boys, just because, you know, we're men and we want boys.
Josh wanted boys too. He was so happy.
Of course. But the idea of her having boys was like even like more amazing. I'm just like, oh my God.
I remember Josh.
I cannot wait to take them to like a baseball game.
Yeah, we're all just waiting for them to be a little bit older.
To do boy stuff.
Yeah, because you're surrounded by girls. You're literally
so surrounded by
girls.
women. Oh
he has like no men. So to end it off, this is how I did it with Mom too. Any advice for anyone else in your situation who like their kid is a teen mom or a teen dad or whatever it is, like any advice for other parents?
Well, I've only done this once, so
but you got through it.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I got through it because you got through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't a wreck.
Yeah, no.
Because some people's pregnancies are really difficult, and then you had 2 in there.
Yeah.
2. And then
I got extremely lucky with how like healthy I was. He did go like to ultrasounds with me all the time. Like, we actually like did a pretty good job of like enjoying the pregnancy and stuff. Yeah. Like, we did stuff, and like we have some good pictures all together when I was pregnant and stuff. It was fun.
Absolutely. But yeah, you know, so yeah, the advice I would have is, you know, just follow your heart. I know that sounds, again, cliche, but it's like, we all have to kind of listen to that voice.
And not always listen to everyone else and what everyone else wants you to do. Like, you need to, that's my advice to everybody. It's literally like, you need to follow your heart, because having regret is like one of the worst things ever. Alright guys, so that is it, I think.
Well, I'm very proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. So, I think that's it. And yeah, okay, so guys, this is my dad. I'm really glad you got to meet him, because he's never really been on the channel before. So yeah,
finally.
I know he's been asking, and I just was like, I need a really good video idea, and I said I wanted to do this for a little while.
You did. I'm just messing.
Now we got it for vlogmas. All right, guys. So we will see you in the next video. We love you, and yeah, happy vlogmas.
See you.